darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? How na day? Ade mi suna Naija. How body? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Baby, when I tell you I love Fumi Nation, I love Fumi Nation Naija Gidi, because a lot of you sent me DMs and you said, Fumi, are you going to review Real Housewives of Lagos season 3? And I said, I cannot, my darlings. I live in England and they're not showing in England or anywhere in the world, only in Africa. And so my beautiful Fumi Nation sister, one girl in particular, said, Auntie Fumi, I can sort that out. I said, oh really? Fabulous. And so I was able to watch episode 1 and 2 of season 3. Let us first applaud and welcome Deborah Lawson. And then we are also going to welcome Adeola Diadem. Welcome, my darlings. Welcome to the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3. Caroline is back. Welcome, my darling, looking fabulous. And then we have Laura Ikeji. And then we also have the beautiful Mariam Tima. The ladies that did not come back for season 3 were Choma. Faith did not come back. Toyin did not come back. Iyabo did not come back. 4 ladies didn't come back. We love you. We miss you. We hope that you will come back in the future seasons. Now, I saw bits and pieces of the intro and the launch online. And might I add that Mariam Tima came with a black ensemble bow. It was absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Mariam is coming with the heat. Mariam is coming with the fire, and I am living and loving. She's taking the lead and I like it. I watched episode 1 and I watched episode 2, so I'm just going to wrap those episodes together. We have Mariam. She comes out looking fabulous. She goes to go and see a designer friend to pick up a couple of pieces. I'm living and loving the Lagos life. And then she hooks up with Laura because Laura is celebrating 1 year of her beauty line, plus she also has a hairline. So she wants Mariam to introduce the elite of the elite, my darlings. So needless to say, Mariam now goes to Deborah's office, and Deborah is a 6-footer. She's a single mom. She has her business. She's very chill. She says, you know what does not concern me does not concern me. Needless to say, Mariam goes over there in this fabulous dress, but her puppies are just too... She needs a different boob job. This is not working in 2025. They're like headlights. There's nothing else that you see. And Mariam is very, very slim, model figure, beautiful girl, beautiful figure, everything. But I saw the dress and there was nothing else I could see. Needless to say, they say hi to each other. When last did we meet each other? Oh, I think it was in Ibiza or in Spain somewhere, whatever. That's just to say, you know, we travel. I peeped it. I did peep it. And Deborah is just looking to say, well, yeah, you know, yes, that was when we met. We're close, but we're not close. All this kind of banter back and forth. Mariam goes right ahead to say, you know what, I'm inviting you to Laura Ikeji's event. Now, Deborah is in beauty, Diadem is in beauty, Laura is in beauty. There's competition, but the way that I look at it, you can always collab, my darlings. Collab and make double the money, because I will buy it. If you collab with Laura, I will buy the brand. If you collab with Diadem, I would buy the brand. I must say, out of the gate, I like that they're showing that they're business women. They are mothers to daughters. There were no sons that I saw. Laura has a daughter, baby daughter Chanel. And Deborah has a daughter, Diadem has a daughter, as well as Mariam. So it's an all-girl crew, as well as Caroline. It was all girls, all have daughters. Anyway, as Mariam was there talking to Diadem, who calls Caroline, and she is much calmer now. She has grown in her space. She's much more confident. And I've said it many times before. You see, when you are healed from within, nobody can touch you on the outside. And so Caroline has really just you know, she's now more seasoned and she's so much more sexy. And so she calls Mariam, and Mariam picks up. She's so shocked. She's like, Caroline, you called me. And so they go back and forth. They iron it all out. Caroline apologizes. It's not a big deal. Let's move on. And Mariam is kind of like, oh my God, I don't believe this. And it was very nice to see that, you know, Caroline came like that. It was very nice to see Caroline's growth. Not maturity, it's just the growth. It's a different mindset. I'm the same way. Nobody on this earth will get me looking crazy, because Adrian's my son. I'm married to a wonderful man. I am an ambassador to so many things. It's not worth it. And Caroline really exuded that. I thought also that, Mariam, you were in Debota's office. And I felt that you should have gotten up and had the conversation outside of the office, because you were halting Debota's workspace, her peace, her energy. She doesn't want to be involved. You just say, oh, you know what, excuse me for 1 minute. You get up and you continue the conversation outside, because you are at Debota's workspace. Debota is working. So Debota has to sit down there while you go back and forth with your conversation. Not classy, not good manners. Think about it for the next time. Wasn't fabulous at all. And as you got up, Debota said, does not concern me. I'm not involved. Has nothing to do with me. We move along and get the introduction of Dear Dem. We have Dear Dem. Dear Dem also talks about how she lives and loves her financial independence. Go ahead, Mama. I support you. I love to hear it. Dear Dem's flagship store was the best. For me, aesthetically, it was absolutely gorgeous. I think she's a beautiful girl, very, very pretty. And I was like, okay, fine. We've got some personalities here. Very chill, very calm. And so when the two of them, Dear Dem and Debota, meet up at Laura's event, they know each other to the surprise of Mariam. And so they laugh a little bit, they kiki, and they talk a little bit here, there. And of course, Mariam brings up the fact that Caroline called her. That is to Laura. So Laura is kind of checkmate, like, oh, I don't know how I feel. I don't know about this. I'm not sure about this, that, and the third, you know, because of what happened. Maybe when I see her. And I will say this. Laura, you are also at fault. And you're at fault by default, because you got caught in the WhatsApp group that had nothing to do with you, but more so your sister. I put myself in that situation. If somebody has trashed my name, my daughter's, my husband's, and I meet the sister, it will be an instant insecticide spray, because you're attached to somebody who has caused me anguish. Straight up, because it's a trigger. It reminds you of your trauma. So I understood where Carol was, and you also are to blame, because you guys had a nice yummy cat fight and the two of you were at loggerheads. That was the issue. Having said that, I also understand from your point of view how you are feeling. Yes, I understand how you are feeling, because you innocently came in and you are not micromanaging your sister's business, your sister's brand, what your sister says. For those of you that don't know, Laura's sister is a beast. And when I say that, I mean that she is one of the top social media outlet magazines that carries all of the hot topics. She's the Wendy Williams of Nigeria. And she's ruthless. But you have to be in that business, because it's the scandals that sells papers. So I understand where everybody came from. It's just that it just so happens that the celeb that she was talking about, you just so happened to come and eat at the table. It was going to be difficult, but it made so much juicy gist to talk about. And hence why I say that when it was attacked by you, you have to, in some ways, have to eat it, because that's your sister. And that's your sister's business. You can't even go to your sister and tell her, don't do this, don't do that, because I am getting the backlash. That is how your sister eats, and that's how she feeds the family. How about that? Hold on, let me just respond, because it's my nanny. So I think that was what it was for this first episode. The second episode, Mariam now had an event, and it was a tea party. And so it was a situation where Mariam and Caroline had their conversation, and so it was this big tea party meetup, so to speak. Aside from that, Mariam had now gone ahead and had like a little meetup with Diadem, of which she was 1 hour late. You know how I feel about lateness. It is one thing I cannot stand. Diadem, you're fabulous. I love your brand. As far as I'm concerned, like I said, your flagship store is the best of all. I would have given you 30 minutes because of Lagos time, because of traffic, because of this, and I would have left. I understand that, of course, you know, this is a reality show, so this is all adding sauce. But what I would like to say going forward, because it's just a trigger for me, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it at all, and it's a big thing that people do, and I cannot stand it. Have the good manners to text, have the good manners to call, have the good manners to let the restaurant know I'm running X amount of time, because I know what Lagos traffic is. But to leave her there is not nice. On top of which, Diadem thought that she was the only one to have this little tete-a-tete with Mariam. No, guess what? Dabota also showed up. So Dabota and Mariam were looking at each other because Mariam was quizzing Diadem. Yes, so, you know, what happened with your relationship? So are you close to Dabota? So are you... It was very uncomfortable. And Diadem was just looking, because she's like, you know what? I'm new to the crew. I'm new to the group. I need to know where I shoot my shot. I don't know anything right now. I saw the other couple of seasons. Let me take it easy. So on that behest, Dabota and Diadem, because they are both new, like little two girls coming to school for the first time, and they're both new ones, they've stuck together because that is their bond, and that's what they have in common. So they were looking at you and saying, girl, how are you? This, that, and the third. So they already assessed that, you know what? I got your back, you got mine. And that was that. They went on to the tea party. Caroline came on time. The tea party, the ensemble was fantastic. I really want to give Lagos, I want to give Nigeria their flowers. You are stepping up and out. You are doing the most fabulous events, because I see it on social media. My God, giddy, I am coming. I am coming. Yes, my darling, I am coming. I have a couple of girlfriends over there, and they're going to host me, and I want to make sure that I get all of my products for you, and I'm going to bring them with me, and we're going to have a fabulous event, darlings. Yes, we are. Having said that, you girls are fire. Your outfits are fire. The events are fire. The way that you dress it up, you go over, up and above. And you know me, I love glam and I love camp. You see, I think it's because also Lagos is hot. The weather, the weather just lets you dress up as you want, do anything that you want, and it's just so much fun. I live and I love. The makeup also really nice. The wigs, especially on Mariam, very nice. She's giving it. She was prepared this season, and apparently she lives in America now. They've reposted her husband back to the States, so her daughter and her husband are back in America. Needless to say, she had this tea party. Caroline was there, and Caroline wore it was really nice. It was really pretty. I loved Mariam's dress. I loved what Caroline wore, the headpiece. I loved and lived what Diadem wore, that bow, that velvet bow, because she also wore like a gorgeous veil. I lived and loved that. So Dabota comes, everybody shows up, and Laura is the last to come in. She's hesitant, but needless to say, she makes it in. She kisses everybody, blows kisses to Diadem, who's in the middle, and Mariam just redirects Laura to the end of the table. This is the maximum ultimate respect that I give to season 3. The number 1 cast member for me right now is Caroline. I live for Caroline. You're a class act, and it's a mindset. You have to take the ego out of the room. You have to be the bigger person. You move on with your life. And I have learned that the first person to say sorry is the person that is the freest. You're free from it, you've left it, you've moved on, and you're doing other things. And it's not necessarily for you to get also an apology. It's for you to give it, and you are free from it. You can accept it, you don't accept it, whatever. Baby girl, I'm good. And so sincerely apologize to Laura. She said, Laura, I heard it. I shouldn't have repeated it. Whether it's true, whether it's not true, I apologize, baby girl. And upon reflection, when I think about it, you know, after everything, because you see, when you are angry, it's like steam from water. You cannot see the water because the steam makes you hazy. It's the same with anger. You have to be calm, and when you're calm, you realize this was not really necessary. We didn't have to go all the way there. And Caroline made it a point that she had the bottle in the hand when they were fighting, because they went back into the scene. I think it was season 1. I don't remember. Season 1, season 2. And she did not like how she portrayed herself. She talked about her daughter, of whom she lives and loves, and her daughter now lives with her dad, and so she misses her so much. And I think Caroline has just grown. And she was giving me boss babe. She was giving me boss babe. She was giving me fabuloso. She did not skip, to the point that Diadem and Dabota looked and said, oh wow. There was nothing to be said when Caroline apologized to Laura. And Laura sat there and said, apology accepted. Because I think that Laura also, and she expressed that coming from the Igbo tribe, and it is true, it is very true, I have to give Laura her understanding too. There are certain things that you just draw the line in the sand and you can't go over and above. And I think that is where my beautiful Fumi Nation as a whole said, do not do these reality shows, because you will find yourself in a situation that you would have sworn could never be. And that's why I have to give flowers to all the girls, every single girl, Real Housewives of Lagos, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of LA. You put yourself out there, and you are out there without a bulletproof vest, because you don't see the bullet coming. And Laura was very hurt, because it hurt her family members, it hurt her in-laws, it hurt her husband, because of the nature of the gossip of which Laura said. Some people, you go low with me, some others can go lower. That's why I say be very careful when you throw the first fist, because you don't know the kind of ammunition the other person has for you. And so Laura was very chill and said apology accepted. I would have liked you, Laura, but maybe you do it further down the line, to say, Caroline, I also apologize. But you couldn't find it in yourself to do so. And that works against you. That works against your personality. That works against you even sleeping at night, because you are still holding the grudge. Needless to say, I love my African people, my Niger people. I love you. You know why? Because having lived in America, having lived in England, having lived in Norway, having traveled so many places, but I'm talking about lived, you're the only ones I know that you can apologize-ish and move on. You're the only ones. As hot as you guys can be, apologize. And maybe could no vex now. This thing safe, no be anything now. Make it no vex now, pele. I might be no. And you can move on. The smiling city. You are fabulous in that. And my God, you dress. Yes, you do. So that was it. Thank you guys for the love. Go right ahead. Real Housewives of Lagos. I know that you've already recorded it. So I will just do my best and review. Okay? I send my love to Toyin. I send my love to beautiful Faith. We had a wonderful time in London last summer. God bless you. And I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button. And I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. Odabo. Eshegon.